This is what Vicky Davila said on March 4, 2020 about the former Minister of the Interior, Alicia Arango, during the Duque administration.
Today we are dealing with a topic that is controversial throughout the country. We are talking about some statements made by the minister that ignited the fuse, so to speak. She was in Putumayo and ended up making statements in which, regarding social leaders, she claimed or compared, let's say, the deaths or murders of social leaders with the deaths or murders due to cell phone theft. The controversy erupted immediately. There are many people who, even being supportive of the government, ended up not siding with the minister. And even today, the minister spoke on all the radios and reaffirmed what she said yesterday. So today we are going to have a very good debate on this topic regarding the minister. In other words, I'm referring to Alicia Arango. To make it clear which minister we are talking about, hashtag to Alicia Arango, I say. It's already trending. Where are our images? Our images of social leaders and our images of the minister. Just in seconds, because here is what the minister said that caused all this controversy.
That the leaders do not have sufficient importance. Of course they do, and they have been forced to because of what they have been told. But we also have to think that there are people like Lydia from the beginning of Christ, where 1,000 Colombians died, and never had a meeting like this to decree. Here more people die from cell phone theft. Important in the development of the law.
The strange thing is that it was that same former minister whom Vicky Davila welcomed to her team. She said, "We are going to join forces with everyone who wants to defeat the radical left, and be careful because, according to her words, the goal does not seem to be to move Colombia forward, but to defeat the left that she calls radical." Furthermore, she doesn't seem to care that this lady has been summoned by the prosecutor's office for the Ñeñe politics case because, according to W Radio, mine is the one that has been seen the most. The minister attended the proceedings to share what she knew about the scandal, considering that she was the campaign manager in Ivan Duque's presidential campaign, investigated for alleged irregular entry of funds. Let's remember that on June 30th, 2020, the New Press published a new recording. Electoral fraud by the drug trafficker Ñeñe Hernandez for Ivan Duque extended in Santander, and the audio is this.
Ñeñe, hello, how are you? Who am I speaking with? Ñeñe, look, pay attention. There are some people here in Bucaramanga who want to meet with a leader from Duke's team, and I'm asking you, who can they meet with? Take care. Well, those votes are well directed, and that they speak with a serious person, because there are some leaders that I have to manage people here. This is Sandra Isabel Aguilar speaking, who we spoke to you the last day. I don't know. Are you here in Bucaramanga?
No, I'm in Valle del Parque.
Okay. And do you have someone here who is in charge of the UQI campaign here in Bucaramanga?
No, but I'll find out who is in charge of this.
Who is coordinating? Listen, the truth is that they are people. You know that I am here. Well, you know that I work with this, and so they want to talk to serious people. Actually, there are no third parties except those who are really involved. And you know that, well, I found out that you are knowledgeable about the topic with Duke. So help me with that so that, well, you know, I have to talk to him. I'm going to write down your phone number. When are you coming to Bucaramanga? I think I'll be in Bucaramanga next week. It's just that I arrived from a trip. Remember, I called you from Miami when I was with Fernanda de Matos. Yes. Did you do something with him because he needed you? And, well, I don't know. I put you in contact with him? I don't know. No, I have voted with him. Okay. He is currently in Aruba, I think, and he is going to Portugal soon. Anyway, I'm very interested in this topic right now because, you know, I voted for Duke, the people I know, and these people I've worked with have large groups. So they are among those who voted. Some voted for Fajardo there. And so those people need to be directed towards Duque.
And I am definitely a client, and here I am, but remember that I absolutely need to do that in my life as soon as possible so that people...
I need to do that in my life as soon as possible so that people don't know what it is. Don't.
see it. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take care of it. Okay, put your number in now.
That's my number, Will. I'm going to save it. Save it. And talk to me. And if not, your escort also has my number. What?
And talk to me, and your escort has my number.
All right, my love.
The strange thing, as we have mentioned, is that the intention of the journalist candidate doesn't seem to be to govern the country, but rather to defeat Centro at all costs. The funny thing is that, for example, in this question, she implies that she wouldn't join with politicians, but with the citizens. Here, she also spoke badly about the politicians. Here, she did the same. And the word politicians is perhaps the second most mentioned after the word Petro by Vicky Davila. Come, and together let's take back the country that the usual politicians are stealing, and we can defeat them.
The mafias, the corrupt, the politicians, and the criminals. I don't want alliances with politicians, with corrupt people, with criminals, with people who have done wrong. I don't want an alliance with those people.
But one thing is the speech, and another is reality, as the anti-politicians ended up with Alicia Arango, the key figure in the election of Álvaro Uribe and Iván Duque, according to Infobae. Because perhaps for Vicky D'Alessandro Avila, the renowned politician with extensive experience in electoral contests, who has been Minister of the Interior, Minister of Labor, and who has led the private secretariat of the presidency, she may not be just another politician, but an ordinary citizen, as she wanted to convey in her tweet, the same lady who, when she was Minister of Labor, came out with this.
Systems engineer, you don't need to be in your office all day. Just 2 hours.
But isn't that like cutting to the chase, excuse me? Well, the question is...
No, it's the fact they help you.
Today they have to contribute for the 2 hours.
Now Mrs. Cabal seems to have gotten angry with Arango as she posed the question of whether she is an envoy of former President Duque and if he would side with Davila and not with his party, the Democratic Center.
Now we have to ask Alicia Arango if she is an envoy of President Iván Duque. That's something we would like to know. You should ask yourself. Because then we know which side Duque is indeed playing on, and if he will also be a promoter of the campaign to liquidate.
And according to Cabal, because Duque did not govern with former President Uribe's thesis, 23 seats were lost.
The opinion that drives the consultation of pre-candidates. It drags the number of seats on the list to Congress, and we need 50 seats. Let's not forget that we lost 23 after Iván Duque's government because he did not govern with the party. He did not govern with President Uribe's dates. So we have to come to an agreement, yes, but the majority of the three candidates, they don't want it to be now, nor do they want it to be in June, nor do they want us to rush into marrying other parties by giving up our flags. There we have some differences to resolve. Now, it says that one is subjected and cannot make alliances. Who said that? Where are the candidates from the liberal, conservative, from the movements? One with a candidacy in March, 50 seats hand in hand with Uribe. All the others will arrive because we have to run after the others.
Vicky Davila responded to you, dear Maria Fernanda Cabal, I wish you the best of luck in the selection process of pre-candidates for the Democratic Center. You must feel that you deserve the nomination after 2 years. 12 years of being a member of the party and waiting in line obediently. The important thing is to rally the everyday Colombians who are seeking a new change and want to remove the radical left from power. They care little or nothing about the fights between politicians. They need real solutions. Alicia Arango joined my independent movement and I welcomed her because I think she is the best person for the position. We Colombians who want a new direction are millions and we are the majority, to which some users responded. With the arrival of Alicia Arango, Vicky loses the attractive profile of Obsaida and becomes tainted with traditional politics, contradicting her striking discourse against politicians. The Colombians maybe were going with Duque. Perhaps something very disadvantageous at present. And the solution is to work with the same people as always, those who have robbed and impoverished Colombians for years. Thank you for showing us your team. You opened the eyes of Colombians to know who not to vote for in 2026. You are Uribe's new puppet.
Look, Tito, now I'm going to tell you that Colombia is the country with the most murders of human rights defenders. That's what the UN rapporteur says.
Look, I want, hopefully, it's not what is being presented. I want